Brew, was last night's game more about the Bills' dominance or the Rams' incompetence?
It was about the Bills' dominance, and had Sean McVay watched the show yesterday, he would have known. He wouldn't have been so surprised at what happened on the gridiron. Nick, I told you, I had to sit here and listen to Nick Wright say, well, 14 of the last 16 Super Bowl champions on Thursday night in the season opener have won.
That's true.
Well, Sean McVay's never been under 500 in his coaching career.
Yeah.
Broussard, you mean to tell me all of that is going to be brushed aside because everyone thinks Josh Allen's the man? And I stood my ground, 10 toes down, and said yes. I just underestimated the Bills. I said it was going to be 29-21, and instead they won by 21 points. But, Nick, let's not put this on the Rams. I will never call a Sean McVay coach team that features the best defensive player of this generation, arguably of all time.
Okay.
The best cornerback in the league, arguably. The best receiver, not last night. The best receiver in the league, arguably. I'll never call him incompetent. They tried. The banner, they were excited. They came out to be celebrated with the banner, and they came out to reestablish their greatness. They gave it their all. They were on notice, and they ran into a better squad. I don't even know where to begin with Buffalo. I mean, I'll just throw out some names. Josh Allen. I mean, really.
3 minutes into the show.
So your answer is it's
the offense was great. The defense was great. My answer is Buffalo's dominance. All right?
Okay. I don't know where to start.
Von Miller looked 23 instead of 33. They didn't miss Tre'Davious White one iota. I could go on and on.
Okay.
We got a long show. I'll get my stuff in.
All right. Okay. If I may, paraphrase Skip Bayless. It's my turn. All right? Listen. Obviously, the Bills looked great.
Yeah.
And obviously, I called this game wrong. Didn't make sense to me. The line didn't make sense to me. And the odds makers knew something I didn't know, not just about Buffalo, potentially, but certainly about the Rams. On the Bills, to me, I'm not surprised that Josh Allen played well. All my criticism of the line for the game and the Bills was about the hype and about them being overwhelming league favorites.
Yep.
I said I thought Josh Allen solidified himself last year as top 5 quarterback in this league. For the Bills, the biggest piece of information to me was Von Miller. How dominant Von Miller is. And we know Von Miller's a future first ballot Hall of Famer. But how much does he have left outside of when he was with the Rams? The answer is looks like he has a ton left.
Right.
He looked outstanding. But the bigger story for the season and for the league is how utterly, and I will use the word, incompetent the Rams looked in every phase, bro. I jotted down these notes during the game, then I transcribed them on my wonderful folder here. In no particular order. Every third down for Buffalo is simply a lock. That was midway through the second quarter. I think they ended 10 of 11.
True.
Or 9 of 10. Yeah. Okay. Is Allen Robinson actually a Ram? I jotted that down.
I think so.
I'm not certain. Is the kick returner, does the kick returner know the new rules? He just kept returning kicks like you don't get it to the 25 and he kept getting it to the 14. I wrote this down. Was Sean McVay drinking before half?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so, but he used a timeout for Buffalo.
Oh, that was odd.
And then he wouldn't. Then he was like, hey, guys, don't worry about it. My plan for the end of the half, we're not going to need more points. Let's have Matt Gay kick a career-long field goal, which, by the way, was the only bright spot of the game. Yeah. And
he had plenty of room
And Matt Gay,
left.
that was a hell of a kick by him.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even get to the biggest issues for the Rams, which was, I wrote down, did Andrew Whitworth play all 5 offensive line positions last year?
Wasn't great.
That O-line looked like a disaster.
Yep.
And Stafford looked as bad as he's ever looked in a Rams uniform. And if I can pinpoint one thing, the no-look interception is an egregious error. We look at the game now, it was a blowout. When that happened, look at it. It's first down, they're at midfield, there's 11 minutes left. Yes, they're in a rough spot. They're down 14 points. But if they score a touchdown on that drive, Get a stop, get the ball back, plenty of time, tie the game. And to on first down, do a no-look pick in a game you're holding on for dear life, it's a disaster. This is flashing red lights for the Rams. I don't want to overreact to week 1, but it is so rare for the defending Super Bowl champ at home to lose at all, much less get their asses kicked like that. I think the bigger story for the league is that the Rams might be.
Do you?
Yeah, nothing close to what they were last year.
So you think that's just because because everybody already was saying how good Buffalo is? Because if Buffalo is this good, that's a huge story. Not many people expected the Rams to repeat. I get it if they completely fall off and don't even make the playoffs.
I guess my point is that nobody's going to be surprised this year if the Bills dominate mediocre or below average teams. And my question is, last night, did they play a mediocre or below average team? Because that's what it looked like. They looked like they missed Odell. Oh, it looked like they missed Andrew Whitworth. And it looked like Matt Stafford was either the elbow or something. Right. It did not look great for them.
Side note, it's making somebody who picked the Cardinals to go to the Super Bowl look very smart.
NFC West.
Secret winner there.
Hey, if Nick is right, that division's up for grabs.
My biggest surprise was that 73-year-old Ozzy Osbourne showed up and delivered a good performance, and Jalen Ramsey did not. And it breaks my heart because I have a certain soft spot in my heart for all trash talkers, you included.
Thanks, buddy.
And to see Jalen Ramsey get torched and have a perfect passer rating when passes were thrown in his area just makes me want to put him on compliment restriction. I'll tell you why I'm putting him on compliment restriction. It's a personal thing with me. I'm putting him on compliment restriction. First, let's look at the numbers from last night. Ramsey as the targeted defender. 7 targets, 6 receptions, 94 yards, a touchdown. There you go. Perfect passer rating. Congratulations. And I know you're thinking, well, it's Josh Allen. It's Stephon Diggs. They are a juggernaut. Okay. How about recent history of Jalen Ramsey, arguably the best defensive player in the league outside of Aaron Donald? This one's not good, too. Has allowed a deep pass touchdown in 4 of the last 6 games, 20-plus air yards. So this, it's not necessarily have to be a show rule, Broussard, but it's going to be my personal rule. I have to downgrade Jalen Ramsey, arguably the best corner in the league, to Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, wow.
You have Hall of Famer Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. Just downgrade one spot. You can't get torched that much, and this is not a small sample size.
That is fair.
He's normal Jalen Ramsey.
And listen,
I love him still.
I still think he's the best corner in the league.
Okay.
But no, I do. I think
because that's 4 of the last 6 games.
He makes fair points. I understand. I just think the body of work, and I don't think all of a sudden at his age he's fallen off a cliff. But if Wildes is right, and Wildes, it was funny what Wildes was saying, but it was also compelling. If Wildes is right, it's not sustainable for the Rams. The way they have built their team is superstar, no depth, and then the superstars will carry you, right? That's when they, bleep them picks and that whole thing. And so if Stafford's nothing, doesn't look like a superstar, and all of a sudden the defense is like, Kupp was obviously amazing, but you also knew it was the only place anyone could go.
Right.
And then if Ramsey's not great, then they're in real trouble. Can I pivot back to the Bills for you?
Yeah.
Though?
Of course.
This is an honest question. Honest question for people that aren't Kansas City Chiefs fans, okay? Is this what it's been like watching Chiefs games with the announcers with Mahomes the last few years? Is it that irritating? Well, I'm listening. When I'm listening in the first half, and I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, they're changing the interception rules for Josh Allen. That's fun. Call that an NHF.
Right.
Not his fault. Not his fault. And then I heard him compared favorably to Tom Brady post-snap, Peyton Manning pre-snap, and greatest running quarterback ever. So if you're Tom Brady after the snap, who was the best ever after the snap, Peyton Manning before the snap was the best ever after the snap, and you're the most dominant running quarterback ever, so we're watching the greatest football player of all time. Is this what it was like watching Mahomes on TV right after the MVP or after the Super Bowl? 2 things Josh Allen's never come close to, but still, like where the announcers just can't help themselves? Is that what? Because maybe I understand why people turned on him, because that was irritating. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.